All right, so let's go ahead and get started with today's workout.
My bad, I was setting up, but yeah, I feel good.
All right, good. All right, so we're going to be doing our typical format full body workout today. We're going to be going through a warm-up practice, and we're going to get through a circuit of plyo offset rows, floor or lap to shoulder movements. Basically, that's a clean. We're going to be doing some double arm push presses overhead. And we're going to be doing some wall balls. So you're going to need a towel ball. And slam balls also will need a towel ball. All right. And then this is class number 96. We got 4 more after this. So I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed this long ride. I'll be trying to evaluate the class as it's been going through this year, find ways to make it even better for 2021. All right. So without further ado, any questions before we get started? All right. Let's get to it. I'm glad you showed up, Lauren. You kept your word. All right. Let's get to our warm-up. You're going to be working out primarily in standing, start in standing. You're working out in seated, start in sitting. For those of you who are being working out in sitting, this workout can be done completely in the chair if you choose to do so. All right. So let's get to it. Weird sticky stuff on my backpack. I have some colleagues at work who like to play pranks on me. They put duct tape on the bottom of my backpack. All right. So let's start by gently tilting your head side to side. And easeful stretch in the side of your neck. Focus on nice, smooth belly breathing. And then take your arms by your side, start to slide them down the side of your chair or down the side of your leg, increasing the size of that side bend, incorporating more of your body into it. And just gentle movements. Next, we're going to do some head turns, gently turning your head right and then left, like you're trying to look past your shoulder. Again, continue with your easeful breathing. Get that easeful stretch each side, and then let's start to increase that twist into the rest of your spine. If you're sitting, you can take your arms around and grab the back of the chair, push through, give yourself a little bit of an overpressure. Gentle though. If you're in standing, your arms will swing like you're trying to grab your hips. Shifting your weight from one foot to the other, or shifting your weight from one hip to the other. All right, and then we're going to start to slowly turn this twist into more an upward or a sideways golf swing, shifting your weight from one foot to the other or from one hip to the other as you hinge forward just a little bit. Take your arms up to the side, swing them right and then left. As best you can, make sure that as you're swinging, you're keeping your spine in a neutral position, so it helps to keep your chest up and wide as you're swinging. And then next we're going to start to turn this half circle into a full circle. So now you're going to swing, arms coming down to the ground, bring your arms out and up to the left, overhead, and then down to the right. Big circle. If you're in a chair, you're hinging down to the ground, and then as your arm goes down, and then hinging back up as you reach overhead. And if you're doing this in standing, you're going to a squat as your arms come down to the ground, and standing up as your arms come overhead. Good. Reverse those circles. So now you're going down and up and out to the right, overhead, down to the left. Working those squats to the ground or hinges to the ground, depending if you're doing this in standing or sitting. Get a couple more circles. Good. And then next we're going to do a variant of the arm circles. We're going to take our arms down the fronts of your body, touching the ground, and out the sides and overhead. Down the front, hinge forward, squat down, out to the sides, and just hinge up or stand up. Working on maintaining that neutral spine, so a wide chest helps. Good, and then reverse your arm circles. So now, as you squat down or hinge down, your arms come down the sides, and as you hinge up or squat up, arms come up overhead to the front. Good, couple more. All right, next we're gonna come into a little crouch. Arms in front. If you're in a chair, you're hinging forward a little bit, and then you're gonna reach out to the side as far as you can, reaching through your fingertips. Come back into your crouch in the front, and reach out to the other side. Going right and then left. If you're standing, you're gonna squat into that crouch, reaching out to the right and then to the left. Reach out as far as you can through your fingertips, elongating your torso, engaging your abdominals. Good. Keep it up. Get a couple more in. All right, and then jumping jacks. Hopping in place, arms come up overhead to the side, feet are hopping apart and then together. If the hopping part doesn't feel good to you, then you're simply going to do the arm motion. Your arms up overhead to the sides and quickly back down. This goes for our seated athletes as well. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Split jacks. Bring your arms across the front of your body, horizontally. Alternating the top arm. Give yourself a big bear hug and then open up as wide as you can. Your feet are hopping forward and back in a split stance. If the hopping doesn't work for you, you're simply doing the back slapper. Alternating the top arm. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. So your guys' heart rates should be elevated right now. And how are we doing so far? Feeling good? All right. So we're going to get into the practice round here. We're going to go over those plyo offset rows, floor, lap to shoulders, double arm push presses, wall balls, slam balls. All right. So let's get into it. So for this offset row, if you're using a backpack like I am, make sure that if you have these straps, that you tighten them up so you minimize the play of the backpack. I got some weights in here, or some books actually, and we're gonna work that offset row. If you're doing this in sitting, you're gonna hinge forward, keep your chest wide, back flat, and then from here you're gonna inhale, and then quickly pull that weight up into the right to your hip, and then lower down under control. Inhale. And then quickly pull to the other hip, alternating sides. Work that explosiveness as you pull, try to maintain that width in your chest the entire time. You are also maintaining this neutral spine position as best as we can. For our standing athletes, we're going to get into a hinge, and from here, maintain that flat back. Pull to your hip, alternating side. The focus is on quickness of the movement, and everything else is under control with a steady, controlled breath. So make sure you move under control before you do a lot of this. All right. Any questions on the plyo offset row? Doing good? All right. So let's work on the floor or lap to shoulder movement. So floor to shoulder, there your weight on the floor, and then you pick it up to your shoulders. So you're going to squat, hinge down, make sure you keep your back flat, And using your legs to generate this momentum, you're gonna drive your feet through the floor and pop the weight to your shoulder into a front rack and put it down. Work on clean, crisp movements. For our seated athletes, you have the option of doing this either floor to shoulder or lat to shoulder. Floor to shoulder is going to be a bit more challenging. It requires you to hinge more forward, demanding more of your core. Hinging forward, pop the weight up into the front rack, and put it down. If that's a little bit too challenging, we're working lat to shoulder. Take your weight, put it on your lap, and then pop it into the front rack, and put it down. And put it down. All right? Any questions on the floor to shoulder or lap to shoulder?
So you have your elbows pointing forward, not out through that, not like a clean and press. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ideally, you're going to finish in this front rack position. But
okay.
If you're using something that's like a bar, you're going to probably turn your hands out more.
Okay.
So the shape will be slightly different. It all depends on your implement. But most people are going to be using something that puts them in this hammer fist position. And so this is going to be the shape that you finish in.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Good question. All right. Next up is going to be the double arm overhead push press. So for that one, you're going to take your weights, starting in that front rack position. Inhale, brace yourself, and exhale, press up overhead, and lower down under control. Inhale. Work on this very clean, crisp press overhead. The idea is to press quickly over your head, and then lower down under control. Make sure that you perform the movement very smooth or under control. Avoid jerky movements. Make sure each movement is as fluid as possible, but then also as quick as possible. And then don't forget to breathe. Make sure you adjust the weights so that it feels appropriate for you to move quickly and effectively. All right, any questions on the double arm push press?
Yeah, so I can't raise my arms above my shoulders, so what can I do instead?
Do you feel comfortable getting down to the ground to do push-ups?
Yes.
All right, you could do a push-up variation instead.
Okay. Cool.
Good question. That's a good substitution for overhead. All right. So next up is going to be wall balls. So that's where you're going to need your slam ball. So for this exercise, you're going to take your wall ball or your slam ball, and if you feel comfortable, you have a nice space in your home to chuck the ball up into the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. That's ideal. You get into it with a little squat stance, chuck it overhead. If that's not the case for you, maybe you don't have a good spot to do that, or maybe you don't want to annoy your neighbors too much, then what you can do is simply just hold on to the ball the entire time and get into a little squat, pop it, the ball over your head. And then if you can't raise your arms over your head, you're simply going to keep the ball in front, get into a little squat, and then as you stand up, press straight out. So that way you avoid going overhead. This is the same deal for our athletes who are in seated. I got a little spider hanging out on this chair. Holy spider. I didn't kill it. So you can do the wall ball from here, chucking the ball up. Or again, just not let go of it. We're going to popping the ball up overhead. Or if you can't reach overhead, then press straight out. All right. Any questions on wall balls? Good? All right. Let's keep moving then. Last up is going to be the slam ball. So this one's all good fun. Come on, Spider. I don't want to smash you with the slam ball. So if you're in seated or standing, you're going to have the ball right in front of you. For our seated athletes, you're going to hinge down to the ball, pick it up, bring it over your head, slam it down, come down, meet the ball at the ground, and then repeat. if you have downstairs neighbors that you don't want to annoy too much, simply don't let go of the ball. Don't let it slam onto the ground. So pick it up and then throw it down, but don't let go. Again, you're keeping your spine as neutral as possible here. For our standing athletes, you have the ball in front of you, you squat down to it, stand up overhead, throw it down, and squat back down to meet the ball at the ground. And again, if you're trying to be respectful of your downstairs neighbors, hold on to the ball. As you're throwing the slam ball. All right. Any questions on slam balls? All right. Oh, and then also, if you, for the issues of raising your arms over your head, just raise halfway up and then quickly throw it back down.
Cool, thanks.
All right. So, ready to get rocking and rolling with our circuit? Let's do it, you guys. So, get in position, seated or standing. Grab your weights. Let's get ready for some plyo offset rows. All right, got my stopwatch all set. And let's get to it. Mr. Spider, I think, has left the premise. Good. We're going to be working those plyo offset rows to start. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Take your weight, hinge forward, then quickly pull it to your hip, lower back down, then pull to the other hip. Keep going, moving side to side. Making sure you maintain that neutral spine as best you can. Maintaining good, clean motion, quick motion though. If you notice you're slowing down, you need to take a little breather, slow, collect yourself, and then move again under control with clean, crisp movement. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next on the floor or lap to shoulder. So standing athletes, you're gonna take your weight, hinge your squat down, keep your flat back, pop it up into a front rack, and back down. Seated athletes, you have the option of floor to shoulder or lap to shoulder. Work smooth motions, finishing in that front rack. Elbows should be up high, pointed forward. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath here. If you notice you're holding your breath, take a moment to pause, collect yourself, and then get back into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double arm overhead push presses. Collect yourself in that front rack position, and then press overhead, lower down. Keep working that strong double arm push overhead. Collect yourself after each one. If you're doing the push-ups, making sure that you take the variations that fit you best. If you're doing full push-up, knee push-up, hip push-up, lowering down. Quickly push yourself up off the floor. Working smooth, controlled motion. Keep your elbows in, avoid flaring them out, no matter which variation of the press that you're doing. Focus on good, clean, crisp presses. Don't worry about doing lots of them. Just do each one really well. All right? Good job, you guys. Keep it up. You're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Wall balls. All right? Take in your ball. You got your target. Chuck it up. At your wall. You're doing this in standing. Do a little squat. And then if you're doing, if you're avoiding the overhead, simply pressing straight out. And then you have the option as well as just not letting go. There we go, you guys. Keep it going. Keep moving. Steady pace. Steady presses. Be explosive in that press. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up is a slam ball. Put the ball in front of you. Hinge or squat down to it. Pick it up over your head. Throw it down. If you're only going halfway up, pick it up. Pick it up. Maybe not throw it down all the way. Just flick it. There you go. Keep it moving. Keep breathing. Work on whatever variation you need to. Keep it up. Almost there, you guys. We got 10 seconds left. Keep up the steady rhythm. Keep breathing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a rest break. Woo. How are we doing after round 1? I see Lauren's breathing very hard. Good. I like it. Who else is breathing hard? I am. Whew. Take this time. Slow down your breathing. Get some water if you have it close by you. Stay hydrated. Even though it's getting colder, you might not feel like you're thirsty, but you are losing sweat right now. So make sure you stay hydrated. Slow down your breath. We got about 20 seconds left. Take a few more nice slow breaths before we get into round 2. Whew. All right. Let's grab your weights. Let's get ready for that second round. Plyo offset rows. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Work on quickly pulling your weight from one hip to the other. Good. You're going to seated or standing, maintaining that flat back as best you can. Working your core to brace against the quick pull in the row. Keep working side to side motion. Maintain that neutral spine as best as you can. Good. Almost there, you guys. Keep it up. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Floor or lap to shoulder. Whatever variation works best for you. Take that weight, pop it up into a front rack, put it down. Floor to shoulder, lap to shoulder. Make sure your elbows point forward. Elbows are high. We're going to seated or in standing. Work a steady rhythm. Remember, always crisp, clean motion before doing lots of it. Make sure you move well before you move a lot. That's it, you guys. Almost there. Get a few more reps in. We got less than 10, or a little more than 10 seconds left. Now less than 10 seconds. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double arm overhead push press. Taking your weights, starting that front rack. Quickly press the weight over your head. Make sure you slow yourself down though. Keep your elbows in as best as you can. Work on very crisp, clean overhead presses. I'd rather see a few good reps than lots of sloppy reps. In that front rack. There we go. Keep it moving, guys. Steady rhythm, steady pacing. We got 15 seconds left. Maintain good form. Keep your elbows in front of you. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Wall balls. All right. Take your ball and chuck it overhead. You're doing this in standing, add a little squat to it. Also working that horizontal component. That's it, you guys. Keep going. Keep breathing. Smooth, clean presses, crisp movement. Make sure you're still breathing. Avoid holding your breath. You got less than 15 seconds left. I can't count anymore. Keep it going. Keep breathing. That's it, you guys. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slam balls. All right, take that ball in front of you. Pick it up, overhead, throw it down. There we go. Keep up that clean, consistent movement. Make sure that you're following what your body feels like, or you're listening to your body and moving that's in a way that's appropriate for you. So if you only need to go up to your shoulder height, that's totally fine. Keep it up. Make sure you squat down to the ball on the floor or hinge down to it. Meet it at the ground. Got 10 seconds left. Get a few more reps in. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Take another rest break. Slow down your breath. Get some water. All right. So we're halfway done. Might be starting to feel a little bit of fatigue setting in. So again, I always say this every single class, listen to your body. If you notice that you're slowing down, your form feels funky or something doesn't feel good, make sure you stop, try to correct your form. If it still doesn't feel quite right, lighten your loads or take a variation, let me know, we can find one for you. All right, so get that swig of water, catch your breath, not at the same time though. All right, we got about 10 seconds left. Grab your weights. Let's get started with our third round. Round numero tres. Let's get to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Offset rows. Plyometric movement. That means you move quickly. Under control. You should feel athletic in your movement. Hinging forward and pull. That's it, you guys. Keep your chest wide and create that strong pull from the back of your shoulders and your upper back between your shoulder blades. You might notice your abdominals kicking in to prevent you from twisting. Keep yourself square the entire time. That's it. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Floor or lap to shoulder. All right. Take your position and pop that weight up and put it down. Pop the weight up, put it down. Floor or lap. Shoulder. You're going to seated or in standing. That's it, you guys. Keep moving. Make sure you finish in this front rack position, elbows pointing forward, nice and high is the ideal shape. All right, keep going. Let me see how much time we have left. We got less than 15 seconds left. Keep it up, you guys. Almost there. Let's go. Let's move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, double arm overhead push press. Starting your front rack and press up overhead. That's it. Work these clean, crisp presses. And remember, if you're slowing down, you need to stop yourself for a moment, collect yourself, and then move really well again. Woo. I need some more oxygen. Thank God I'm not in Colorado. All right. Woo. Shake things out if you need to. Working that overhead push press or the push up, moving quickly off the ground. Take some breaks if you need to. And then when you feel ready, get back into it. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Wall balls. All right. Take your ball and chuck it up against the wall. This should feel really light compared to your backpack now. And it is quick movement. There you go. And take your time. If you notice you're slowing down, even with something as minimal as a towel, take some time, shake your shoulders out. I want you to feel good with every single rep. That's it. Get a few more reps in. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slam balls. All right. Take your ball to the front. Hinge down, squat down, bring it up overhead, slam it down. Working to shoulders or overhead, slamming down. If you have no downstairs neighbors, you can let it rip. If you don't necessarily care what your downstairs neighbors think, let it rip. Keep going. Good. Home stretch here. Keep moving. Keep breathing. And if you lose track of your ball, go get it. That's it, you guys. We got 10 seconds left. Keep going. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Get that push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a breather. All right. We have one more round left. How are we doing?
So I'm using dumbbells for the overhead push press.
Yeah.
And I noticed that if I use 2, so like one on each hand, it's a lot harder.
Yep.
Than just using one. What would you recommend to do for the last?
You can have fun with it. You could do the harder one or you can do the easier one. Today's workout is specifically a double arm. So you can either push them together, that's going to be harder, or you can just pick one of them and push it that as a singular piece overhead.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. All right, good. So we got a few more seconds left of this rest break. Again, we got one more round left. Let's make it really good. Make sure each rep counts. Take your time if you need to. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Work those plyo offset rows. Taking your weight, pull it quick to one side. Lower under control. Pull into your hip. You should feel these muscles in the back of your shoulder blades kicking in to accomplish the movement. we go. Keep moving. Remember, if you slow down, shake it out a little bit, and then get back into it. Keep it up. Keep going. You got about 15 seconds left. Keep that breath going. Almost there. Less than 10. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Floor or lap to shoulders. All right. Take that weight. Pop it into a front rack. And put it down. Pop it into your front rack. Put it down. Working good, clean motion. Keep your spine neutral as best as you can. So avoid rounding in your spine. Keep your spine nice, flat, athletic looking. Athletic spines are efficient spines. Keep moving, keep breathing. Work that solid push through your legs or using whatever core you got. That's it, you guys. Home stretch, less than 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, double arm, overhead push press. Take your weights. Start in your front rack and pop the weight overhead. Take breaks if you need. Shake things out a little bit. Breathe. Get that oxygen, and then resume. If you're only feeling bouts of 3 at a time, like me right now, that's fine. Take your time with it. Work on clean, crisp motion. And then shake it out again. That's it, you guys. Focus on your breath. We got less than 10 seconds left. Get a few more reps in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Push presses. Or wall balls. Sorry. Whew. I just wanted to do it all again. Take your ball, chuck it up, overhead. Woo. Make sure you work on clean, crisp motion, solid press or solid flicks over your head. Or straight horizontal. If you're doing this in standing, incorporate that little squat. There we go. Come on, stopwatch. All right, 3, 2, 1. Done. Slam balls. Last bit here. All right. Pick it up, throw it down. Pick it up, throw it down. Keep it going. And the ball gets away from you, go get it. Squat down. Whoa. Squirrely one right now. Ooh, very squirrely. All right, keep it going. All right, you guys, we're almost there. We're on the home stretch. Stay strong. You got less than 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Whew. That is the end of our circuit. Whew. I know my heart rate's definitely pounding through my chest right now. Take this time to slow it down so we can be a little bit more calm and easeful for our stretch session. Whew. How are people feeling? Who feels like $1 million right now? Lauren does. All right. Love it. So now we're gonna continue to wind things down, get ready for our stretching, work on just mobilizing your upper and lower body if you were doing the standing variations. And finishing up with everyone's favorite, Shavasana, AKA nap time. All right. So let's mosey into our stretching positions. If you feel comfortable stretching on the ground, you can stretch on the ground. You can stretch in a chair, you can stretch in standing, however you prefer. We're going to start with the cat-cow. So for those of us who are going to be stretching in a chair, the cat-cow, start with your hands on your knees, and then you're going to start going into the cow. Push your belly forward, roll your shoulders back as you look up at the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, reverse it all. Push your spine back towards your backrest or to a wall that's behind you. Look down at your belly button. Exhale. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And continue with this flow. If you're going to be doing this in the standard way, on quadruped, on hands and knees, you're going to start with the cow. Inhale, push your belly button down towards the ground, look up at the ceiling. Exhale to cat. Reverse it all. Push your spine up towards the ceiling. Look down at your belly button. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. There we go. Keep up with that smooth pattern for a couple more repetitions. Next, we're going to get into a knee hug for our standing athletes and a posterior cuff stretch for our seated athletes. So, the posterior cuff stretch, you're going to reach your right arm across your body and then cradle it with your left hand, grabbing your elbow, gently pull across your body, getting that stretch in the back of your right shoulder. For our standing athletes, you're going to lie on the ground or in the chair. Pull your right knee to your chest. Gently pull and then let go. Gently pull and let go. You'll feel this stretch in your glute region. Take a couple more passes. And then switch. So if you're doing stretching your right posterior cuff, now you're going to stretch your left one. Take your left arm across your body, cradle it with your right arm, grabbing at your left elbow, and then gently pull across your body to get that stretch in the back of your left shoulder. Standing athletes, you're going to do knee hugs, pulling your left knee to your chest. Gently pull, and then let go. Get that stretch in your glute. You can play around with different angles too, see what feels good. Work into it. All right, take a couple more passes. All right, so next we're going to do a tricep bicep flow. You have the option of doing this overhead or cross body for the tricep. The tricep, going cross body, you're going to bend your elbow and you're going to curl your hand so that the back of your fingers touch your chest and then pull your elbow across your body. So we'll start to get a stretch lower down into your arm and then open up into a bicep stretch. And flow, tricep to bicep, or going overhead, reach your arm over your head like you're trying to scratch your back, and then give yourself a little overpressure with your left arm, tricep stretch, and then bring it down to the bicep stretch. So work either the horizontal variation or the vertical variation, whichever one feels better to you. Good, and then switch sides. So again, for the horizontal variation, your arm comes across, you're gonna curl over and then pull cross body, and then open up. For the horizontal variation, and then vertical variation, reaching behind your head, scratch your back, give yourself a little overpressure, and then flow into your bicep stretch. Try to keep your chest square the entire time. This helps emphasize the bicep stretch. Couple more passes. Good. So for our standing athletes, you can take the option of a hip flexor stretch, coming into a half kneel. So right now I have my left knee down, my right knee is up and supporting me. We're going to go into a hip flexor stretch, so you should feel stretching the front of your left hip. And then for everyone, we're going to do a cactus pose flow. So starting with your elbows bent at 90 degrees, palms and elbows touch together in the front. This is the closed position. You're going to inhale to an open cactus. Arms are out to the side. And then exhale, reach overhead, touch your thumbs. Inhale, back to the cactus, and then close. If reaching overhead is not a great option for you, you're going to open up. And then exhale, really sink even further back into it. Inhale, and then close. Really pinch your shoulder blades together. All right, take a couple more passes here. Switch the legs if you're taking the hip flexor stretch. So now your left knee should be down, stretching out your right hip flexor, pushing your hips forward. Working this cactus pose flow with either the vertical overhead reach or the extra pulse at the back. Good, 2 more. All right, this is what you all have been waiting for, Shavasana. Move everything out of the way, make some space for you to lie down on the ground. Lie down on your back. If you're in a chair and you want to stay in the chair, you can scoot forward to the front of your chair. Make sure you have a backrest, so either a backrest in the chair or up against the wall. Lean back into that backrest, allow your head to relax onto it. Let your arms just dangle by your side. For everyone else who's on the ground, lying on your back, allow your legs to go where it's comfortable, arms up to your side. And focus in on your belly breathing. Allow your belly to rise and fall with the inhales and exhales. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Close your eyes. And then slowly allow your fingers, your hands, your toes, and your feet to become heavy and rooted into the ground. Now moving up the chain of your limbs to your elbows and your knees. root them into the ground. Bring the focus now to your shoulders and your hips. Let those two meld into the floor beneath you. And then allow the rest of your spine to follow, moving from your sacrum to your low back, to your mid back, to your low neck, to your upper neck, and then finally your imagine a warm blanket softly covering you. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring a little energy into them. And roll your wrists, your ankles. Allow a little motion in your elbows and your knees. Roll through your shoulders and your hips. Continue that on up into the rest of your spine, squirm it around in whatever directions feel good, whether it be up and down, side to side, little twists and turns, combinations of movements. Explore what feels good. And then sit on up, open your eyes. All right. Who's still awake? I'm guessing that means everyone else is asleep.
I'm about ready to fall asleep.
Okay, almost fell asleep. Good. All right, you guys. Solid workout. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it felt good to get that sweat on. I hope we found good modifications for everybody so that you can complete the workout. All right. Does anyone have any questions on what we did today? All right. Oh, yeah, Lauren.
Is it better for me to use, I use, like when we do the slam balls on the floor, my right leg is kind of like a tripod to help me balance. And is it better for me to use it there for balance until my obliques get strong enough to hold me better, if they ever do? Or is it better for me to keep it to the right side and work my obliques more slowly that way?
That is a good.
I feel like I'm getting crooked.
Mhm.
I don't feel like I'm getting crooked. I am concerned that I could get crooked over time, and I'm aware of it, but I don't know from a biomechanical perspective what's better for my entire body, balance wise.
So the position that allows you to stay in neutral spine as best as you can is probably going to
It's
be.
with my foot in the middle.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the better bet.
Okay.
And then over time, you can start to experiment with your legs to the side. And then when you get really strong, you can do it standing.
Okay. I hope so.
Yeah.
I didn't used to think that was a possibility, but it's been a good year for my foot.
Yeah, that would definitely be a long-term goal.
Very.
Yeah, but you can possibly work up to it.
Okay. Thank you.
You guys have an excellent weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Get some nice rest. Eat some good food. And I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Thanks, Brent.
Bye.